That's my friend Jason.
Yep.
And Jason, is it all right if we talk a bit?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to just make sure everybody be safe in these motels, and you know, want more help for the less fortunate, and you know, more than this for myself, but for all others. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Have you kept your faith through all this?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's important.
I had the Bible on my phone.
All right. Yes, sir.
I had to say my prayers every morning, every afternoon, and in the evenings. And I get help through, you know, through the Bible on the phone.
Sure. Did I give you a bracelet?
I didn't get no bracelet.
Oh, that's sorry. That says return to God. That's for other people to see.
Right now?
So how long have you been in this situation?
Since 2017, 2018, in the back.
This has been
My mother passed away July 22nd, 2017. My dad committed suicide September 5th, 2016 on Labor Day. I had no brothers, no sisters.
sorry for your loss.
And, you know, everything's been tough ever since then, you know. No job. And, you know, trying to make it, you know. I don't do no panhandling and like that. Everything I do is either through the help of the urban ministry, and they actually help whether people agree about that or not. They do a lot of help.
So you remember when the churches were providing
Room
yeah.
and I enjoyed every bit of them.
Hopefully when the COVID stops, we'll be doing that.
And I enjoyed it more than just getting a bed and a bed. I enjoyed the services. You know, and you got to meet different, because I used to stick to one religious, was you know, the Baptist. And then I got to go to holiness churches. I got to go to Church of God churches, Pentecostal churches, Catholic churches, and you know, worship and everything. I suck up every bit I can.
Sure.
And you know, I am a believer in God. Sometimes, you know, I question things like everybody else, but I do believe in God, and I do believe that when I leave here, I will be in heaven.
God bless you. I mean, Job questioned. He never questioned God's righteousness, but he wanted to know at the end of the book, God, what's going on? Why did this happen to us? So asking questions is great.
Yeah. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news or something, but they might get mad if they see you recording.
Pardon me?
They might get mad over here if they see you recording.
Well, they've given us permission.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I mean, I had no problem with this.
Yeah.
You know, they have specific, you know, guidelines here, you know. I don't want y'all to get in trouble.
I'm really glad that this life, what is the third year?
One of my third year. And actually, I'm not just out on the streets to be homeless. I am homeless, but I'm not. I chose to not choose to do this. And the reason why I say that, during Hurricane Michael, after Hurricane Michael hit, I had a real spiritual dream that came into my mind, and for me to go out and do whatever I can to help the next people out there, and to walk the walk, not talk the talk.
I hear you.
You gotta talk, you gotta walk the walk.
Sure.
And
Were you in the military?
No, sir. But I respect all my military, and I do love all people and God's people, and so that's why I'm out here. I'm walking across the country.
I hear you. What are you saying?
I'm from Charlotte, and now January 2020, I walked from here to Kentucky, and it took me about 2.5 months. Well, not even 2.5 months, about 2 months, and kind of touch bases on how much homeless, calculating on how much homeless life we have here. because I'm not worried about the rich people, because they're already set. And one day when they look down on us, God sees mercy on everybody. And I see how the county and cities of every cities and states don't really care too much about the less fortunate or the homeless people, because if they did, there would be more, opportunities for jobs. And I hear people all the time saying, "Go get a job," but then nobody wants to hire nobody. So how can you go get a job if nobody wants to hire? So trying to get into a shelter, a lot of times, you got to put yourself into a lottery. I don't know about everywhere else, but here you got to put yourself into a lottery. If you don't get picked, like a lottery.
Sure.
You play the lottery, if you don't get those numbers, you ain't going to get that money. If you don't get that pick, you ain't going to get that pick. So therefore, and that's why the tent city escalated. Because people can't get housing. People can't get into the shelters. When there's 150 something beds, but when there's like 300 something people.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah, there's
a whole lot more. And I just discovered today that there's a brick building over there near the police department right there that's fixing to come down. They could use that for more housing. Empty space, nothing to be used. Why take it down to build something that's going to be more expensive?
Now, when they had the churches able to give a night shelter,
yes,
and between all the churches, you got shelter like 5 nights a week.
Well, up until you had a certain amount of times if you're a first timer, second timer, third timer, or up till like so many times, then there wasn't so many beds, so many churches.
So who made that decision?
Urban ministry. I guess because if you had so many times, you're out of your limit.
Yeah.
Because
it's a shame.
Because there's 300 some people.
Sure.
And if you got a 10 timer and then you got dispersed dinner, and everybody's trying to get in.
Sure.
But there ain't so many beds. There ain't so many churches. And certain nights there ain't so many beds. But I enjoyed every single moment of the churches, many different ones. And, once I get able to get back on my feet or be able to escalate stuff, I'm doing everything I can to return every bit of the favors that they've done. I know they don't expect it, and God don't expect it.
And if you help some people who still haven't gotten on their feet, that would be a big help.
Yes, sir.
Well, we thank you, Jason. Your message we're going to put that out if that's okay with you, and that will inspire other people to help.
And what I like to do is I'm trying to eliminate the hatred of not just this country but the whole world. Because like our country now is all about racism now. Nobody can breathe the right way, talk the right way, unless it's considered racism, or blacks against whites, whites against blacks, where we all should be together. I try to draw bridges where people like to tear them down.
There are people in the country that want to foment that. Here we are, we're brothers.
Now, out of all these people around here, and people up at the wall, yes, I come across drug dealers, I come across drunks, all kinds of, unnecessary stuff. But, people wonder why people get in these positions. Okay, this drug dealer feels like, well, that's the only kind of way he can make his money. Because nobody will hire him, so what else is he going to do? He's going to make his money somehow.
But there are people that are homeless for all different kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
A lot of them having nothing to do with drugs.
Right. And it's sad, but, I get along with them. Like I said, I get along with them all. I used to be, growing up, I used to be like worried about it. Parents would say, don't worry about them drug dealers, don't worry about them, be careful. But, I'm 43 years old, never been harmed by none of them.
You know the experience. I grew up the same.
I've never been harmed by any of them. I mean, they ask me if I want something. No, I don't. They're going about their business. They don't keep pressuring me, and I tell them, don't pressure me. I don't want it. But, you know, and I ain't gonna bother with them. I ain't gonna turn on them, because what good that would do? Yeah, they go to jail, go to prison or whatever, but they're gonna be back in the same position when they get out, if they get out. Or they're gonna be in a worse position when they go in. You know, none of that should happen. To me, I think prison should be, you know, destroyed. Because no one should be a prisoner.
Do you have family, Jason?
Well, I do, but they're all spread out.
I mean, your own family.
Well, yeah, they're all spread
Wife,
out.
kids,
No, I don't have none of that. Never been married, no children.
and your other family, your nuclear family.
I got cousins, aunts, and uncles and stuff like that, but we don't get along too well, see eye to eye too much on a lot of different bases, especially the situation I'm in. And so I'm helping you with that situation.
Did you pray for them?
I do.
Well, Jason, we got to go, but thank you so much for being honest and being humble enough to share your story.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. God
Thank-
bless you every day.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
Rest me